are here with the Sparks Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Media Days 2020 for basketball, and we have the Ashville Bulldogs in. Coach, introduce yourself and who you have with you.
My name is Caleb Carpenter. To my left, I have Adrian Hernandez, Hayden Phillips, and Joan Cardinal.
Coach, what was it about these three gentlemen that you decided to bring these three guys in particular?
Adrian and Hayden have kind of been a part of the program for a few years. Just still trying to get to know the kids. Today was actually our first official day with them. So since they've been a part of the program, I kind of just thought their input would be a good thing for us today. And then I've seen Jonah working hard when I've had him. He's been in and out of the gym as much as he can. He actually was trying to hide in the gym one day to stay around and shoot a little extra. So I figured he wants to be a part of this thing, so I let him come up here with us today as well.
He's a gym rat? What you trying to
say? Yeah, he's trying to be a little gym rat. So.
I know this is the elephant in the room. Let's just go and get this question out of here. How much has COVID affected what you guys do at Asheville as far as, you know, off season you couldn't have play dates and things like that? It's pretty much changed the whole landscape of sports in general.
Yeah, definitely. It started out because I couldn't even have tryouts. So we was able to have tryouts until late September because we was trying to work around football and everything else. And then here recently I just got released from the COVID because I had it. So like I said, today was our actual first official practice because last week our assistant coach, Coach Griffin, he helped out and let the kids come in and do a lot of things, which was great. I appreciate him for doing that and everything, but that kind of limited us. So we were only going to have 3 days before we actually square off against Victory Christian on Thursday. So
Victory Christian. Mm-hmm. Adrian, my man, talk about the transition so far. How long is it going to take you to get in basketball shape?
I'm slowly getting there. I mean, I don't know. It'll be about 3 or 4 games before I'm fully, in that whole basketball mode, but I still got to know to calm down and play slower and not so fast and hard and run people over. So, I mean, I'm getting there.
You're still in that mode, ain't
Yeah, I'm still there, but, I mean, it'll transition as soon as I hit a Big O center. This Thursday or Friday, it'll flip real fast.
Now, you two guys didn't play football, correct?
I did.
You did play football. That's right. I've seen you before, yeah. But you yourself, have you gotten in basketball shape or starting to head that way?
I have actually, because we've stayed in the gym a lot. Even during football season, we go shoot basketball after football practice some days, and so it's been pretty smooth.
No doubt. And my man, have you stayed in shape through all this?
Just working hard, getting in and out of the weight room, running as much as I can, working on my game, just working hard. Ready for Thursday.
And this is the gym rat, correct?
Yes, sir. He would actually go work out after school because he didn't have an opportunity to do during school. So yeah, he would work out individually by himself after school.
I like it.
Yeah, so he's trying to get there.
Coach, how important is it to have like a basketball guy? He's like I was in school. I stopped playing football, in 9th grade and was a basketball guy throughout. How important is that to have guys like that on your roster?
It gives you a little advantage, I guess, because they understand what you're trying to instill. So when football guys come down, they can help them transition a little easier. So they actually can be an extension of me on the court, which is kind of beneficial for us.
Absolutely. You guys, football team turning it around, and
they had a wonderful season. Yes, sir.
Right, but you guys will be following suit.
Hope so. I said Coach Monroe, they set the bar high this year, so we got a lot to follow. So I was really these 2 guys right here contributed well. Enjoyed watching those kids play hard. What they instilled, Coach Monroe and the coaching staff of football, instilled the right mentality that they were trying to transition from football to basketball. So can't commend them enough for their season and everything they did. So really proud of them.
We're gonna see some orange sickle jerseys from you guys too.
I'm not sure about that.
You guys have any questions?
All right. Well, Coach, when you played at Asheville, obviously, and you were went to Jacksonville, sophomore, junior, and senior years, is that right?
My junior and senior. Yes,
junior and senior years. So you experienced success. Is that? Have you talked to the kids when you came in about the program has experienced success, and you can actually tell them what it felt like to experience that, and you can kind of get together and kind of say, listen, I was here, I know what it takes, and I know what we can bring it to the next level. Have you talked to them about
We haven't had that opportunity yet. Like I said, I was trying to establish a lot of stuff today because haven't had an opportunity to do any defense this week, so we're trying to focus more on that. But I will give them that opportunity to kind of see some old film maybe that I still have of those actual games, and then let them understand that that's something you'll remember for the rest of your life. Having that experience and getting that opportunity to step on that floor in that gymnasium, it's just something you'll never forget. So yes, hopefully that is our ultimate goal, is to try to make it as far as we can. But we understand we got to take it one day at a time, one game at a time, and we got a long season. Hopefully we get to make it through this entire season. So.
Coach, who are some of your returning starters and some newcomers that maybe that on JV last year or transferred in or something like that? Who are some of those key guys?
Starters, I don't know. I didn't. When I came in, it was a clean slate. So I told everybody, I said, everybody has the same opportunity. No matter if you played every game last year and you're a 3-year starter about to be your senior year, or if you was about to be an incoming freshman. So it was a clean slate for everyone. So we're trying to make it a competition. I think the best way for me to figure out who I want to be on the court is to make practice competitive, everything we do competitive. So it's open to anybody still. I mean, until Thursday, whoever shows me in the next few days, that's who'll be the starters that I put on the court.
All right, our next group of guys we have in is the Sardis Lions. Coach, please introduce yourself and who you have with you and what grade they're in.
Okay, I'm Van Owens. I'm the head boys coach at Sardis High School. Brought 3 of my seniors with me today. This is Dylan Holcomb, sitting closest to me, Blake Owens, and Peyton Werewine.
Well, before we get started, Blake, where's the mullet, man? Now that the mullet's back in, you went away from it.
I told the other guy that he already graduated. He didn't recognize me.
He brought it back to the county.
Yeah, and
then he got rid of it.
Yeah. I mean, we seen some pretty good mullets too, man.
I think he inspired them. I don't know if you know this, that video we did with you has got, it's like 40,000?
40,000
views.
People are still watching it.
People still watch it, comment on it all the time. All right, now we can talk about basketball. So, Coach, you said these guys are 3 seniors that you have with you here, but besides that, what's special about these 3 guys and why you wanted those guys to be here specifically?
Well, these are going to be our leaders of this year's team. These 3 guys played on our high school varsity team last year. You know, we had a good group of seniors last year, but we lost 9 guys, and these were the other 3 that were there. So these are the returning seniors. So they've been there and done that. They know what it's about, and these guys are great leaders for our team. So
losing 9 seniors as a coach, man, how difficult is that? But like tail ending off that, how good of a challenge is it for you as well? But it's also a good opportunity.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's hard to replace 9 guys, but practices have been going great. These guys are as coachable as a group as I've ever had, and we've got some young guys that are going to come up and play a lot. We got some more guys that didn't play last year that have come back out that are seniors. So we've actually added more seniors. It was just going to be 5, I think, total, and now we're up to about 7 or 8 seniors. So we've got a good group of seniors again this year. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good challenge.
And for each one of you guys, you'll be in your senior year, and we've talked about this with a lot of teams here. 2020's been insane with the pandemic and COVID, and it's just changed everything. But how special is it for you guys to be able to be playing this senior year, albeit knowing it could go away at any time due to COVID? We'll start right here.
It feels good. We just gotta keep our focus from day to day and take advantage of every game and every practice that we have and enjoy it.
I just think it's like a good opportunity. I mean, we wouldn't be playing basketball right now if there weren't like adjustments made. And
that's true.
If people didn't be safe about what they were doing, but I mean, I think that we can pull this year off without having to. If we all stay safe.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I agree with what Dylan said, especially because going through football and then having our last 2 games stole from us, it sucks. So us getting to play, know that we're going to get to play a little bit. I want to take full advantage of it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let's tail in off that. You're talking about your football season, so already know what it's like for it to be ripped away from you. But again, how much more does that make you want to perform and do well in basketball?
Oh, a bunch. I mean, I want to go out and I want to compete to the best level as much as possible every game.
No doubt. And all you guys, and we'll start back with you right here. Senior year, I mean, you've been there and you've done that, and you had 9 seniors graduate before you last year. What did you learn from those guys and take in, and also what do you want to teach these guys underneath you?
Personally, the person I learned from the most was probably Braxton Brooks, the past senior. He was a really good leader, and he played point guard more like what I play.
Was he the guy with red hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's always been good at assisting people, giving good passes, stuff like that. And I want to be able to be known for always having somebody to give the ball to whenever, like when I see them and stuff, like, and then,
I could,
Well, I learned that like they never gave up no matter what. Like, and I want to teach these like younger guys that like, I mean, just because you miss one shot does not mean it's over. I mean, you just got to keep fighting and just keep fighting, no matter if we're winning or losing. You got to give it 100%.
no doubt.
Like Peyton said, like the 9 or 8 seniors from last year, they showed a lot of leadership, and I want to show the younger agers, like the grades below us, that you can show them how to be a leader, and so they'll take advantage and just keep passing it on.
Coach, for you, having that many seniors last year and then having more guys come out, people's got to be excited about the program. I mean, you're doing something's good happening up there. Talk about the state of the program and how it is right now from when you took it over.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was in pretty good shape when I took it over too. We've had a lot of talented teams. These guys enjoy playing. They enjoy being on the court. They enjoy being together, and that makes it a whole lot more fun for us. Like I said, they're super coachable. Anything I ask them to do, they do it. I never have to complain about how hard they play, about hustle, about effort. We make our mistakes, but hustle and effort is usually not a problem for us. So, that's really all you can ask out of a team is if they give you maximum effort and hustle, the rest you have to just work on in practice every day, and these guys are there every day doing it. So
That's awesome.
You said you lost 9 seniors. How many? All those starters, or?
yeah, we had 5 senior starters last year. So
So I guess it's going to depend on a lot of new faces. Who are some of those newcomers that maybe put up from JV just that you're going to have to rely on this year?
yeah, well, we had Justin Golden, who did not play last year. He's one of those seniors that came back this year to play, so he's going to play some minutes for us. We had Brody Lowe that came back out this year and hadn't played the last year or two. He's more of a track guy. He was I think finished second in the state in like the shot put or something. So I mean he's like serious track. But we're glad to have him back out because he's got the same attitude as the rest of them. He works hard, hustles. Some of our juniors that we'll be dependent on this year. We got Logan Edwards coming up. He'll play some wing for us. Eli Ford is a wing and a shooter for us. J.J. Anderson's going to be a great defensive player. He's going to handle the ball some for us. So, we're excited. My JV coach and I were talking about it yesterday. We're excited about this group because they're a lot of fun to coach, and I think it's going to be a fun year.
No doubt.
I was going to say one thing. That championship game in the county tournament against Southside, that was one of the best top 3 boys games I've ever seen, hands down. It's one of those where it's a shame someone had to lose. It's a shame someone had to lose a game.
Yeah.
I thought that was a big stepping point out for your program. Take it from there.
I hope it is. I hope it's a springboard for us. I hope our guys enjoyed being there, and our whole community came out. The place was packed. There was standing room only, and what a great environment, fun environment to be in. I hated we had to come out on the wrong end of that one, but they've got a heck of a player, and he's back this year. Great players make great plays at big times, and he made a play, and it cost us the game there at the end. But I told those guys that night that was a fun game to be a part of, and so I hope to be able to have a chance to play in another one soon.
All right, our next team in is the Southside Panthers. Coach, introduce yourself and who you have with you.
My name is Chad Holderfield. This is Chris Lingle. He's a senior guard. This is Owen Westcott. He is also a senior guard.
Coach, last couple of years, you guys have been, to me personally, get steadily better as a program. Talk about the state of the program and where it's at right now.
We have had a stretch of a few pretty good years. We've kind of bounced back and forth between 5A and 6A. I want to say we've made sub-regional runs, maybe, I don't know, maybe Teddy can help with this, maybe four times in the last 6 years, something like that, somewhere in there. So we've had some stretches where we've had some successful teams coming off a good year last year, made it to a sub-regional, lost to Springville in a sub-regional game, won the county tournament last year. So it's just mainly a product of having committed kids that work hard and get better, and are really bought into the way we want to play and being together about things. And so I just really proud of our guys and what they've been able to accomplish over the last few years.
Chris, I want to talk to you about something. You've had your season taken away before pretty much with an injury, or half of it, and then the battle back. And now we're having to deal with a worldwide pandemic that's kind of caused chaos throughout the world, and you don't never know. Talk about the importance of this year, it being your senior year, and how literally, and you've seen the football teams around the area, can be taken away at any time.
Well, sophomore year I did have my season, or half of it took away. And it's just kind of taught me not to take anything for granted. Just coming in every day with the right mindset and knowing everything's going to play out the way it's supposed to. I think we'll have a season. I think it's going to be just like every other season. But I do know the importance of playing and not taking things for granted.
Same question to you. It's been a season like no other. It's had its challenges, but it's here. Talk about the privilege we actually have just to get to play basketball with all we've been through.
I mean, I'm excited that we even have a chance because we got to go to Etowah a couple weekends ago and play for the officials clinic, and that was a privilege in itself. But I'm excited to see what we can do and how far we get with it.
No doubt.
To say, you're a point or 2 points away from going to Jacksonville last year. You don't want to dwell on the past, but that's something, Chris, you in particular, you each had something that you kept inside you, and you and the other known seniors kind of gave you a motivating factor to push you to get beyond that point this season, to drive you?
I think it definitely has. We got 4 guys returning from the varsity team last year, and I know that, each day that I know they think about it. And I know we want to get farther than ultimately we did last year. And I think that that moving up to 6A is definitely going to be tougher. But I think it's not anything that we can't accomplish. I think that I'd go to war with my teammates any day of the week. And I don't think it's far outreach that we'll make it to Jacksonville this year. And last year, like you said, we were 2 points away from making it. He had a double clutch shot to go up. And I love every guy on the team last year. I think this year that we have a really good chance to ultimately make it to Jacksonville. And who say we can't win a game at Jacksonville, win 2 games. So yeah.
Sure.
You guys moved up to 6A, tough area, but it's not like you're not used to tough areas and crosses, that's for sure.
There's a lot of familiarity with our area. And we always play Springville, we always play Pell City, and we were in the same area with Oxford, for 4 years before we went back down to 5A. So it's not anything that our guys are not used to. We play those teams, and our middle school teams play those teams. So our guys have kind of grown up playing against those schools. So there's not a lot of. I don't see a different attitude in our guys with us being 5A or 6A. I think it's still, we know that it's very doable. It's not going to be easy, but it's very doable. Now, when we get into the cross is going to be challenging and tough. But we've always had guys that really embrace that. We take our guys in the summer. I know we didn't get to do that last year or this year, but we try to take our guys in the summer and play really tough competition and be in different places that we're being exposed to really good teams. And so just the challenge of being up against, Oxford being one of the best programs in the state for the last 4 or 5 years, being in a cross with a team like, Huffman and some of those schools, it's a challenge, but it's definitely something we're excited to take on, very much excited to take on.
You're returning starters this year, obviously Chris. Who else you have?
Chris, we have four seniors. Chris Lingual, Michael Rich started for us a little bit last year. Owen is a returner, kind of a 6-man off the bench. And then we have a guy named Hunter Seitz who played a little bit of JV and a little bit of varsity for us last year. Taylor Carr was on the varsity last year, was also a guy that played a lot of meaningful minutes kind of off the bench. And so there's a lot of, there's really 8 or 9 guys in this group that we trust, like we all trust, kind of, there's a lot of trust for each other with those 8 or 9 guys believing that they can come in and play meaningful minutes and be tough and guard and take care of the ball and do good stuff. So it's really, I've kind of been thinking about it a lot just the last few weeks, but I don't as much know if we have a starting five as if we have 6 or 7 or 8 guys that we know can be in there depending on what's needed and what the role is and what the situation is and come in and play good for us. So.
Moving up, your role now as a senior man, being a leader, like you said, being a 6 man is a huge part of the team, but probably translating into a big leadership role this way. And I want to ask both of you guys that, and we'll start right here, talk about that a little bit.
I love it. I embrace being a leader every day of practice. I love being the energy guy, as we use as a term, and I'm excited to see how far we can push ourselves and hold each other accountable and just do the best we can do every day.
And that's something Owen's fantastic at. Owen is an incredible. He's just that guy that's always in everybody's ear, lifting them up and talking to them, and he really brings that. There were situations last year where he, a few games where he might not have played as much as he would have liked to, but in every timeout and every dead ball and every crucial situation, he's up, he's cheering, he's talking to guys as they come off the floor.
Still bought in.
And so, this year he's stepping into obviously a bigger playing role. But it's exciting to have a kid that cares about the team and cares about success that much. You just get really excited about looking for him to have his opportunity this year to play a bigger role, and I know he's going to do a great job of that.
This is a testament to Owen. He is more of a vocal leader than I am, definitely, and he just picks everybody up. Last year in the county championship, actually. I was having a god awful game up until the fourth quarter, and this dude right here was the first one came off the court, third quarter, first one next to me, telling me it's gonna be okay, just calm down, you're fine, keep playing, and ultimately I had a better fourth quarter, and we won, so that was good. But I think my leadership, he's more of a vocal leader. My leadership's more in the knowledge place. When people don't know what to do, obviously I've been on varsity for 4 years, so I'm going to know the ins and outs of the offense and everything. So I think that's more of my leadership, telling people where to go. If anybody has a question, they come ask me how to do something, how to do this, So I think that's more where my leadership comes into play.
No doubt. Chad, another thing that's been, we noticed about Southside from you guys in the past, and now obviously the football team, you got a really good fan base and a really good community behind you. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I've been at Southside for a really long time now. I'm kind of, I was, for a long time, I was the youngest guy, and now I'm slowly but surely becoming the oldest guy. So, but where we're at right now, between Gary, Coach Nelson, our football coach, Shane Chappell, our baseball coach, but really everybody across the board, girls basketball, softball, volleyball, our bowling program, our tennis program, or I almost feel our soccer programs. I almost feel like I'm sitting here giving a list. I almost feel like I'm leaving somebody out. Like, we're in a great place right now, and it's not just about winning. To be honest with you, for me, it's not really at all about winning. We just have really good people right now. We have a great administration, we have a great faculty, we have great coaches, we have great students. It's a great time to be a Southside Panther. It really is, and that's not just lip service. Like, where we're at right now, the relationship that we have as coaches, between just for us, I spend a lot of time with Coach Chappell and Coach Nelson. We're always talking about our players and stuff. It's just really good spot for us right now. There's just a lot of support and a lot of us doing stuff to help them and them doing stuff to help us. Like, we feel more connected. It doesn't just feel like Southside basketball and Southside football and Southside baseball. We really feel like a connected program right now. And it hadn't always been that way, and that's real special. That gets me excited to be a part of what we're doing, because it just makes you enjoy to go sit and watch those guys play and know they're going to come sit and watch you play. It's a good time to be a Southside Panther.
Right, no doubt.
Some new faces that people could expect this year that maybe didn't play as much last year.
A lot of guys. Spencer Sharp, Hunter Seitz. Taylor played a little bit last year, but he's not with us tonight. Michael being here. Some guys that are really growing and improving. We have a couple of juniors, a kid named Connor Bearden and Isaac Bernard, who have had great falls. We went to an officials clinic at Etowah the other day, and Isaac played well. So am I leaving anybody out? It's again, I hadn't really looked at this group as much as, these are our 5 guys, as much as it's do what? Will Shirley, sophomore. I'm sorry, Will Shirley. Will Shirley is a sophomore, going to play varsity for us, who is really I mean, there were stretches the other day in the officials clinic. We're coming down on every possession, throwing it to him in the post, and he's making plays. So, again, we really have 6, 7, 8 guys that can play meaningful minutes for us this year.
If he's a sophomore playing on this squad, he's a dude.
It's
I'll tell you that now.
In the beginning, I spent a lot of time thinking about, how good it's going to be for him to be on the varsity for 3 years and have that time to grow. But he's going to be impactful this year. He's going to be an impactful guy this year for us. So excited.
I just a curious question, fun question. Are you from Southside or Rainbow City?
Me?
No, the players.
I'm from Rainbow City.
My dad lives in Rainbow City. Mom's in Horton Bend, so it's kind of like Gaston.
Was there ever a rivalry between Rainbow City and Southside kids? Did you split the squads down, coach Rainbow City versus Southside?
I never split them
Did
down.
that ever come into play?
No.
Okay.
I mean, in City League,
Except for, elementary.
in City League, I played for a Southside team. He was for a Southside team too, but it's still
Yeah.
going against each other. So there's a little bit like
Yeah, not really.
back then, not anymore.